Hi everyone, what's up? It's your boy Anime Havoc, and today we're going full degenerate mode. Let me ask you something. Ever try watching an anime in 5 minutes and your heart's pounding? Because somebody might walk in the room, you're pausing, rewinding, peeking around corners? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, you're in luck. Today, I'm counting down the top 10 ecchi anime you should definitely watch alone. These shows didn't just push boundaries, they shattered them. They broke the internet, challenged censorship, and maybe even shattered your senses. So, plug in your headphones, lock your doors, and let's get weird. Let's kick off with a classic. High School DxD. This is the foundation. The king. The anime you use as the measuring rod for how far is too far. From day one, DxD floods your screen with angels, demons, harem chaos, and more fan service than your mind can process. Our lead, Issei Hyudu, is the kind of guy whose life is just one big accident-prone mess, but in the most entertaining way. He ends up tied to the Gremory household, tangled in supernatural wars, and always somehow in the middle of a who's going to fan service me next parade. What makes DxD stand out is it doesn't just rely on Ekkiken. It mixes in action, actual plot, and character arcs. You care about the fights. You care about the stakes. Then boom. A swimsuit scene drops and your brain short circuits. Every so often, the show flirts with being over-the-top ridiculous, but that's the point. It's bold, it's shameless, and it's earned its place on this list. But that's only the warm-up. Next up is an anime that turned embarrassment into performance art. If DxD is your starter pack, Prison School is the acid test. This show takes fan service and cranks it up to 11. Imagine this. A school dominated by girls, 5 guys sneak in, and the punishment system is more twisted than your worst imagination. You've got psychological torture, humiliation, stakes that feel absurd, and borderline tragic stakes wrapped inside comedy. The expressions alone, gargantuan eyes, throbbing veins, wild screams, they're not just animation tropes, they're emotional weapons. You feel every second of the angst, the shame, the insane pride. It's painful, hilarious, shocking. You want to look away, but you can't. Plus, the timing is impeccable. Just when you think that this is too much, it doubles down. Then right before your head implodes, it cuts to comedic relief. It's performance art disguised as degenerate entertainment. Moving on. Things get awkward, but in a whole new dimension. Meet Yamada. Her goal, 100 guys. Her problem, she can't say hello to the one guy she likes without turning into a stammering mess. B-Gata. HK is ecchi, yes, but it's just as much about teenage delusions, insecurity, and how wildly awkward it is to try and be bold when your brain freezes. You'll see Yamada psych herself up, barely muster a sentence, panic, spiral. It's raw, it's hilarious. It's painfully relatable. She dreams big, but her bones rattle at the thought of actual intimacy. The show teases desires, but also reminds you how messy growing up really is. So while it definitely flirts with fan service, it never loses that human core. The clash between fantasy and reality. Alright, but if you thought embarrassing romantic aspirations was wild, wait until art and incest-adjacent secrets come crashing into your watch queue. This one is notorious. You may have heard the whispers. We've got our protagonist, a light novel author, his illustrator, his own little sister living in hiding, who draws dark, risque illustrations under the pseudonym Eromanga Sensei. Yes, you read that right. The sister, the shut-in, the scandal. When this show dropped, the internet went berserk. Memes exploded. People condemned it. People worshipped it. And the crazy part? Everyone kept watching. What works here is that, despite all the taboo, the show wears its eccentricity on its sleeve. It never pretends to be subtle. It leans into the absurdity, gives you exactly what you expect, and sometimes more. The voice reactions, the blushes, the drawn art sessions, they all became meme fodder. Sagiri's squeaky squeals, her emotional breakdowns, the over-the-top visual cues, they didn't just spark attention, they detonated it. It's polished, it's self-aware, it's shameless. But if you thought that was edgy, we still haven't hit the next level, because here's a show where the dominance power-up is literal. This one doesn't mess around. Chained Soldier is basically, what if your strength depended on how well you get dominated? We drop a guy into a fantasy world where demon-slaying women rule. They gain power by performing sensual rituals. Yes, you heard that. It's bold, it's chaotic. It's a collision of action, fantasy, and fan service in a blender with no lid. From its first trailer, the internet exploded. Memes, edits, NSFW fan art, all within hours. The show leans in hard on visual spectacle. These aren't coy ecchi scenes. These are ecchi scenes designed to shock, to awe, to provoke, and yet there's enough storyline to keep you invested. A war is happening. Stakes exist. The hero's path matters, but everything else? It's a playground of sensual absurdity. Trust me, after that you'll never look at power-up rituals the same way. But we're not done. Because what's better than demons? How about a zombie? In a magical girl costume? You know, I love a genre mashup. This one's a masterpiece of chaos. So get this. Our hero dies, becomes a zombie, then steals the powers of a magical girl, and now fights demons in a frilly pink outfit. Add to that a tsundere necromancer, a ninja vampire, lots of hot spring and cross-dressing antics, and you've got a recipe for pure madness. The show is absurd by design. The jokes are loud, the fan service is unapologetic, the transformations are gloriously ridiculous, but underneath the chaos is real charm. The characters care. As ridiculous as the setup is, the emotional beats land. Twitter exploded whenever a new episode aired. People posted reaction takedowns like it was an Olympic sport. It's an anime you watch to laugh, cringe, and somehow end up rooting for a zombie in hot pants, but hold tight. Now we move from magical zombies to scandalous card games. If you thought gambling was just about cards, think again. Kakagurui at first glance is about a high-stakes academy and elite students wagering everything. But in practice, it's about obsession, risk, and the thrill of addiction, all wrapped in intense visuals and wild faces. Yumeko Jabami isn't your average gambler. She craves danger. She thrives in chaos. Each bet she makes is part art, part madness. The animation leans into every twitch, every eye dart, every blow of breath. The tension is sexual. The stakes are emotional. What made Kakagurui internet gold was how it turned something as casual as gambling into the most erotic, dramatic, memeable spectacle you've ever seen. Cosplayers feasted, TikTok went wild, clips went viral, and if you thought To Love Ru Darkness was scandalous, oh, you're in for a treat. This one is iconic. A franchise that took romantic comedy and ecchi and literally said, let's see how much we can get away with. We're talking alien invasions, girl princesses, mishaps, teleportation errors, accidental falls. Every trope you've ever seen, amplified. The show doesn't just drop fan service. It lays it on thick, as if to test whether the censor board was asleep. And the fans, they ate it up. Every new episode came with a torrent of frame-by-frame breakdowns, angle critiques, Reddit threads begging for better resolution. To Love Ru isn't just a show you watch in private. It's one you dissect, screenshot, debate, and meme in every corner of the internet. But we're not at number one yet, because the next one decided to take magical girls and weaponize desire. This show is pure, unfiltered subversion. Take the magical girl genre, innocence, transformation, fights for justice, then flip it inside out. Here, a fan becomes a villain, gets corrupt, and begins obsessing over the heroines she once loved. In deeply uncomfortable ways, you'll see fantasy, lust, conflict, and twisted admiration all blend into a show that dares to be both cute and disturbing at once. The visual contrast is jarring. Ribbons, sparkles, but also edgy gear, intense eyes, danger. The internet's reaction, explosive. Fan art went in directions you didn't even know existed. Clips got demonetized. It's a show that forces you to question what cute really means when mixed with obsession. And now we arrive at the apex, the one that broke the internet with charm, art, and just enough daring to get people talking. This is the one. The show that didn't just break the internet, it melted it, rebooted it, and set it ablaze. My Dress Up Darling isn't your typical ecchi. It's elegant, it's warm, it's emotionally grounded, but still wildly Marin Kitagawa is a revelation. A cosplayer, a gyaru with attitude, and somehow one of the most emotionally healthy female leads in anime. She's confident, real, fun, She's not just fan service girl, she's a full character you root for. Gojo, our male lead, doesn't treat her like a spectacle. He watches with respect, helps her craft, celebrates her passion. The relationship feels real. But don't let the wholesomeness fool you. When Marin steps out of clothes or models a new outfit, the animation flirts with the edge. Camera angles, blushes, lighting, it's refined, not vulgar. Every Sunday, Twitter would flame. Screenshots, thirst posts, viral fan art. The entire anime internet erupted. It's the kind of show you want to watch in secret, but also can't wait to share in memes. This is the perfect closure. The ichi done right that proves this genre can be more than just shock value. Alright, that's our list. 10 ecchi anime you should absolutely watch alone. From angels and demons to gambling addicts, zombies and frills, and cosplaying hearts. We've seen it all. Which one shocked you the most? Which one made you pause and rethink your life? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment, promise. If you enjoyed this ride through the wild side of anime, smash that like button, subscribe for more chaos, and ring that bell so you never miss a moment of madness. This has been Anime Havoc signing off. Just remember, lock your door, wear headphones, and maybe clear your watch history after. See you next time.